Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu and this is Mini Gardens for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic Part 8 of the VJ Scenario Pack. So once again, I'm going to do a full-length video for this one, and by the look of the goal, it's not going to take us too long. So I'm going to do a few full-length videos just to see how well they do. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's see. This is your Rollercoaster Tycoon. This is your Rollercoaster Tycoon on drugs. It's a bit garish. But this terrain might help us with the value. Okay, so it's free to come in. We've got 20,000. So we probably don't need to let anyone in. Since 20,000 is more than enough, depending on what rides we've got, of course. Okay, so we have got to begin with not a bad selection of gentle rides, not a great selection of coasters, but we can get some high. Before I do that, let's explain the golden rules for value-based parks, okay? So rule number one is there's the bulk of your park value will come from the ride stats. So that's your excitement, your intensity, and your nausea. Now, it doesn't even matter if the guests will go on it. So if you can build a roller coaster with 20 intensity, that's going to add a ton of value to your park. The second golden rule is if you build any duplicates of those rides, you'll have a quarter taken off their value. So they'll only be worth 75% of their original value. So to explain that up maybe a bit better, if you built one roller coaster, one vertical drop roller coaster, which added 40,000 value to your park, and then you built another, it doesn't have to be the same design, just another vertical drop roller coaster, that first one would drop down to only 30,000 value, and the second one would be whatever 75% of the final value would have been. So if they were both identical, you'll get 60 rather than 80. Hope that makes sense. I probably didn't explain it very well. Let's have a look. So let's go back to that one. So the inverted hairpin coasters, you can get very high stats on them very easily. So that's not a problem. The junior coaster, whilst the stats on that aren't going to be as great, we do have these massive hills here, which we can use in order to boost the stats on that. We've got a pirate ship. The others aren't so great. I know we've got water, but the amount of time you spend building them, they're not going to add a great deal of value to your park. And we've got some shops, which not really going to add anything. I can't remember whether they do. If they do, it's very, very small. There is a lot of things that add value to your park. Ride throughput is one of them. That's why you'll notice that your park value goes down when it rains. The amount of guests in your park will add some. So I think what we'll do is we'll just begin. And to make it easier, do you know what? I'm not even going to bother opening the park. Let's just plonk a load of things down. And the reason why I'm not going to bother opening it is simply because I don't want to have to deal with the guests just yet because of all the scenery. Like when I'm building here, I'm going to have to delete some of the hedge to build a path and that sort of thing. So why don't we just build it, and then so we've got that there. We can do maybe a little bit of symmetry, not too much, certainly not with the entrances. Okay, if we put them onto test. Now, I will open the park at some point. Probably towards the end, we can have like a grand opening. Or maybe, see, that looks garish. Get rid of that. Now, one thing you can do as well, let's have a look. Park value is already just under 10,000. So if we go in and we increase the number of rotations, that will increase the stats of the ride and then increase the value of the park as well. So it'll take a while. That's already come back. There you go. Park value's gone up a little bit. Obviously, these aren't going to add a huge amount of value. But the things like Pirate Ship will have a better boost. So let's have a look. Let's put it down to its lowest. Put it on test. Let's change. Because we are going to hire some staff. Crooked House doesn't break down, so you don't need to worry about that. There you go. That's what I was on about with the scenery getting in the way. Tell you what I haven't done. I haven't picked something to research. I figure I'm going to leave it on thrill rides. Oh, we've unlocked the wild mouse. That's actually quite fortunate. Because once again, they are very easy to get good value on. And they're very similar to the hairpin, except the hairpin is obviously inverted. Okay, so excitement rating, all the ratings are very low. They're all in the 2s. We've got a park value of 17,000. Can we keep that screen open? Let's have a look. It hasn't gone up yet. I'm sure it will at some point. There you go, little bump. Just there. It probably has to rely on, I don't know, things like game ticks or days or whatever. It needs one of them to cycle through before it can change. Right, so I tell you what, I probably am going to get the guests in. I hate it when it toggles off like that. Okay, so let's... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. That actually might be bad. Let's do that and get rid of that bit as well. Get rid of that bit. Get rid of that bit. Reason being, what sometimes happens if you've just got an info kiosk like that with a 3x3 square of path around it, some guests will just wander round and round and round in a circle, or square, obviously, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to jack the prices up on this. They will pay it. We're not going to need the cash. I'm more than positive about that, but part of the point of the videos is to show you how to boss the game. So we're going to put a toilet down. I never bother charging for the toilets, but we will tick it just in case. So one thing I like to do, we'll add one of these as well. One thing I like to do as a rule of thumb, whenever I add an info kiosk, I usually add a toilet as well. That way, because the info kiosk is a nice spot for one down here. The info kiosks can make you a lot of money when it rains. So you are usually going to add quite a lot of them. And, oh, we got some symmetry going on. So by adding a lot of info kiosks, you also automatically add a lot of toilets. And there is an award for best toilets. You need at least 4, and then it's a ratio of guests to toilet or something like that. And so just winning that award will give you a boost of the number of guests coming through. So speaking of awards, let's add some food and drink, because when the guests come in, we don't want to run the risk of, I say we don't want to, it doesn't matter on this one. We don't want to run the risk of winning worst food, which actually we might on this because we haven't got enough variety. But I did say it doesn't matter, and the reason why it doesn't matter is because the park goal is very low, 65,000. We're already on 18,000, so we're already a third of the way there, and we've only built 3 rides. What else have we got? Let's do a space rings, even though they're awful. And one thing as well is if you leave rides on test, they won't depreciate in value. So what happens is rides will depreciate over time. I mean, self-explanatory, I suppose. So yeah, if the ride is worth 10,000 now, next year it might only be worth 8, and then the following year 5. I don't know the exact figures, but it will reduce down. What else? Have I got one already saved? Yes. I've got a mini one already saved, so that's cool. I can fit that in. I haven't opened the park yet, have I? Okay. If I do, there you go. If I do that, got it the wrong way around. Yeah, if I do that, then hang on, let's delete that ready. Sometimes it snaps onto the wrong bit, so we've got that. We've got a great selection. Swinging invertership, cool. Because it's quite a small park. We haven't got a lot of space, so having it set, having thrill rides unlock. Let's open them all. Let's open the park as well. Free entry. Guess they'll start pouring in now. Park value is already on 28,000. We can do. Let's do one of these first. I don't like this area here. So I'm going to delete that. That's just asking for guests to get stuck. Okay, so what are we on? 28,000. Quick check of the time. We won't be having any issues with corruption on these files because I have got a timer. Okay. That'll be fine. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. for no reason other than I just like the way it looks. Okay, so let's and then we're going to go under the path. That'll add a nice cheeky little excitement bonus. We'll do a no entry signs there. And let's just hire a handful of handymen, handy persons. I'll zone this one. And let's hire, no, let's build a first aid stall there. This is going to have quite high intensity. We are going to need some mechanics, so let's just hire. I'll zone one on that, and then we'll hire, nope. Tell you what we'll do as well. We'll hire a security guard and we'll hire an entertainer. That way we've got all 4 staff members, so we might be eligible for best staff as well. It will depend on the ratio of guests to staff. Okay, let's charge. We're going to put 10 on this. Into May. So a couple of months already gone. Don't worry about it. Don't panic. I know it's only a 1-year scenario, but we're already almost halfway to the goal. So we come out and let's just, we're going to dip down. And then why not go into the chain lift there? Nice wide bend on there. Just drop down. I have a few bends. And then we can, from here, we can have it. I've done a boo-boo. Get rid of the first aid room there. We'll move it opposite. There you go. And we'll get rid of this little section here. That might be too tight a bend. I mean, we want high stats, but it would be nice if they would ride them as well. We'll do a little chain lift there, and then we'll do a little break. I don't know how fast it's going to be running, but let's just cover all the bases. Put it onto test. Give it a garish color scheme. Let's have a look. So we're currently on 32,000. Once the stats come back, we'll see what sort of improvement this one gives us. Once the game updates. There you go. Wow. An extra 20 odd thousand. So we're only 12,000 off the goal. So it needs 65,000. Let's open this up. What can we call this one? How about, let's just call it what it is, hairpin. Right then. One thing you could do is, since we haven't got any rides in these areas of the park, you could put no entry signs. Stop them wandering down there. Because if they're wandering down here, they're not spending any money. I mean, if they're over here maybe, and it rains, maybe they will, but the only downside to that is that this area of the park will then become busier. So, oh, there you go. Launch free fall. All you have to do is build a few of those. Maximum height. I know I said it would give you a penalty for duplicates, but they give you such high value that it won't really matter. A few of those and you'll do it with ease. So got it the wrong way around. Right, with this one, so I'm going to delete this one by here. I'm going to keep the one at the side. That way, when I build the exit, it only snaps to this. Press and hold, so you can see it only snaps to this one, not this one. Again, we can ram this all the way up, and that'll give us higher value. We're almost at the 65,000 as it is. Let's build the queue. Let's get rid of some walls and things, then build the queue. Wrong one. Cool. That's a £3 ride if ever I've seen one. As is the pirate ship. Okay, park value 67,000. So we've beaten the goal so far, but by the time October rolls around, that will have decreased. So we can't just rest up. We need to continue building. And how about, so we've got that. That's in our locker, right? So should the impossible happen and we mess this up, we can always put one of them down, last thing, and beat the scenario. Oh, we've got a wild mouse as well. Forgot about that. Okay, so let's build the wild mouse in this area here. Do something more or less the same as what we did with the inverted hairpin. Let's do I'm going to do these first. Again, raising this ground for no other reason than I just prefer the way it looks when you slope it like this. Usually I'd have the queue line be straight for a bit, just to speed up the number of guests going onto it. But since you can only fit, was it 4 guests per car on these, I figure it doesn't really matter. We've got a twist. And one thing you can do is since twists are very quick to build, all flat rides are very quick to build, we can take a pause from building the roller coaster, just slap that down. I'm going to bother changing the price. We'll get rid of that and that. There you go. We've got an extra ride. Park value is now up on 80,000. And then we can also get rid of, we've learned our lesson. Let's put that there. While we're at it, zone some staff on it. I'm giving these their individual handyman because of that, and this one because they are going to generate quite a bit of sick, and I'm going to give them their individual mechanic as well, because these are the rides that are going to generate the bulk of our revenue. So if, for example, the pirate ship or the twist or whatever, crooked house breaks down, doesn't really matter. We're not earning a packet from those. But if these roller coasters break down, then we are gonna lose a considerable amount of money. At least a noticeable amount anyway. So I'm gonna go up a little bit higher on this one. In the last video, I shared with you some of my Rollercoaster Tycoon, or my coaster building tips. So in case you missed it, go up high, drop down, come back up, not quite as high as just now. And then, how about if we do this? Is that in line? It'd be cool if it was in line. And then drop down and go back up, but not quite as high. That's basically all it is. Yeah, you can make it look fancy and all the rest, but essentially all you're doing is just dropping down and cool. I think that'll be fine. Already £10. Park value 82,000. And we can leave this on a cliffhanger. Will it make it all the way around? Stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so it made it all the way around. My new timer worked superbly. Stats on the ride, nice. Park value doesn't look like it's gone. Oh, there you go, 105,000. So we've got a nice big increase there. Let's open that up. One thing we can do as well, one thing we can do as well, I said, and then didn't say anything else, is we can just add a quick bit of scenery. So, oh, what's happened there? Did I click on the wrong ride? I won't know until I look back at the footage. It just seemed as if that, oh, there you go, Enterprise. That's made things easy for us, as if it wasn't anyway. So what we can do is we can just put some simple scenery down. Like that. I thought I got rid of that bit. Obviously not. That's fine. Put some simple scenery underneath. Maybe do that as well. Give it a nice... It might not give it such a big boost on this one because there's already so much scenery here. Each one of these will count towards the scenery on this, and he's done it again. So whoever made this scenario, what they've done is, let me go into build mode. So I've got the grids up. Okay, so see these walls here. If I select, there you go. This is the same one, is it? So if I press that down, there's now two walls. So the first one, the one I was already there, is on that tile. And the one I've just pressed is on that tile. So because they've been built on the wrong tile, means if I was to build them, the walls I build would be on the wrong tile. It's a minor peeve, but it's a peeve all the same. There you go. See, I think that looks a bit nicer. And the reason why I do the slopes is just something like, you can do something like that. I just think it looks nicer. And I know it costs money, but is that giving that a boost? I don't know, maybe we need to toggle it slightly. We can do the same on this one. See, this one's pink. Where are we in? August. So I'll just do this. And then I think we'll chuck down an Enterprise. Chuck being, I believe it's an industry technical term. I believe that's what they say. Those folk that work in the amusement industry. They say, we're going to chuck down a roller coaster over there. Right, what's this one come back as? I'm going to say it's increased. Unless... Now, this isn't going to make a difference. I think it'll look a little bit prettier, though. There you go. Right. What time is it? Enterprise time. Which way do it? Again, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's purely a personal choice of which way. Let's put this one. This will be a good one to show because I figure it's going to increase a lot. So I rode the Enterprise in Thorpe Park when I went. Let's see, that would have been 2019, and that is quite possibly, and I know this, I say this now every time I build one of these, that's quite possibly, well, it's definitely the first time I've ridden one, I think. And it's quite possibly the last. Now, some of you who've never ridden one might be shocked to hear that sitting in an uncomfortable cage and spinning around really fast makes you feel quite sick. Okay, so, I mean, look at the stats on that. It's already great. Wait, what? So already great stats, 126,000. Let's ram that up. Wow, 20. We'll come back and look at that in a minute, see how it's done. Right, let's get on with building that junior coaster I mentioned. So I figure this is as good a place as any. Doesn't really matter how long I make the station, as long as it's long enough. Okay. I'm gonna put that there. Won't bother doing a ramp on this one because you're never going to see it anyway. I'm going to do a very long queue line on that. I'm going to do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete it, build that. Just a quick way of getting past that. We've got a top spin. Let's just chuck it down. Before I do that, did say we're going to have a look at this. Stats have come back. The excitement hasn't really changed much, but the intensity and the nausea has gone up. Park value gone up as well. So let's just put it down. Tell you what I'll do. Let's build. I'm going to do that. I'm going to lower that there. We'll build one of them because it is a sick machine. So we've got Now I am building these in the garish colours. Or should it be that one? Yes. Or have I got them the wrong way around? I have got them the wrong way around. It's that one. It's that. It's the outer one that needs to be the garish colour schemes. The garish ones, because I was mentioning awards earlier, so the garish colours are purple, or dazzling colours, I should be. Purple, that purple there, that lime, that orange, or that pink. I don't like the way it looks though. I prefer the white piping. So I'm going to change them back. But if you colour your rides with those, you need about 6 rides, tracked rides like that, you will end up, or you will be eligible for most dazzling colour scheme. Okay, so we're going to go orange. So orange bug, this is coaster number 3. Again, I mentioned in the last video, some of the way I do things, it's a bit OCD with the number and things like that. We're going to charge £10 for this, because this ride, by the time I'm finished with it, is definitely going to be a £10 ride. We're going to give it its own handyman, handy person. We'll do the same thing we did the other side. Don't worry about the time. We've already got enough to beat the scenario. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go booster. Actually, if we start the chain lift a little bit sooner, we'll get some extra height on it. We could probably go higher, but will it allow us to do that? It's just crazy. It will. Will it let us put a booster on there? No, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to drop down. Okay. It won't let us build across the entrance, so we're just going to have to get over this another way. Just do some little airtime hills over here. Ah. Okay, so what are we doing for time? We're halfway through where we need to be before thinking about just remember, I started building a top spin. I abandoned it, and I realize that is exactly what I've just done with the roller coaster. But I did explain earlier, I can build this and open it very, very quickly. So it just makes sense. It's just a little tip. If you're doing a scenario of value and you're not sure if you're going to do it. Doesn't like doing that with that. You're not sure if you're going to do it. And you're not far off. It's easy just to build one of these and then go back to the coasters. So we have also unlocked magic carpet. But I am running short on time. There you go. I figure it's going to be going slow enough by the time it comes back there that it's not going to matter. Let's just build some walls. And then we'll set it to canvas. We've already got it to £10. And why not? Let's push the boat out. Let's make it look cool. Ah, that doesn't make it look cool. It makes it look surreal. There you go. So, in order to match the level, okay, just bung that fence down anywhere like that. We haven't built it yet. It's still green, so it hasn't built. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press the up arrow there until it turns into a crosshair. Press that, then match what you want to build it. So if you're going to do the first one, just match it to the station. That takes it up there. And then just touch it to where you want it to go. And then not going to do anything complex. And then we can just go up with that until we got it at the right height. And then I'll tell you what we can do. We can just change the direction of it on this one. See, it just looks a little bit better than if we hadn't done it. And make it look a little bit better again. We'll just add that down there on the floor. Just do it all the way around. No one's going to see the back, but doesn't matter. I might give it a little excitement boost. What are we doing for time? 15th of October. Cool. And what we can also do as well, do you know what? We won't bother doing a fence. I would do a fence around there, but we are running a little low on time. 2 trains. How about, let's press stop. Let's put it to block section mode because we've got those chain lifts. So we'll put that up a little bit, but we're only going to, we only want 2 trains. Let's do a minimum wait time as well. There you go. So the boost's up. At least the boost gives you a little bit of a launch up. It's not going to launch all the way. And we can just see the speed that's going down. Wasn't sure if I was going to need it, but looks like we are. Put a block section at the back. Roto drop. That is your friend for a level like this. That and the launch tower. So on Micro Park, I think that's the last level on the original classic scenarios. You've got a tiny little park and it wants you to do a certain park value. So with that one, just using rotor drops, I was able to get the park value over 1 million. That's going way faster than I thought it would. Could probably do with a little brake section. And since we're going to have a little brake section, we can also do that. So it was coming in at about 40. We know it makes it all the way around, so we can just go ahead and open it. It's the 28th. Will it make it round before we complete the year? We are going to complete the scenario because we only need 65,000. We've got just under 120. One thing I didn't do was change the color of the umbrellas. So now it's just sort of boring red. There you go. Stew. Cool. So quite an easy scenario then. What we did, we just put down what flat rides we had. And then we accidentally researched coasters. I was looking to research the thrill rides. So we had the inverted coaster to begin with, nothing complex, nice high stats. Stats are one of the biggest things that give you park rating, park value. And then we unlocked the Wild Mouse. Again, very similar design to that one. Nice high stats on that one, adding down whatever rides that we're unlocking. If we were in the middle of building a coaster, I would just pause building the coaster and build the thrill rides because that's just an easy way of increasing your value quite quickly. And then at the end, then we've got this. There you go. Stats aren't as high as what I'd like, but it is You know, it is a junior coaster. They don't like getting high stats. Cool. So this video should be released somewhere around Christmas 2020. I haven't planned Christmas special yet, but I said that last year. Might not have said it to you guys. I might not have said it at all, but I didn't plan one. And then all of a sudden, Christmas Eve, I saw a really nice scenario released, and then I decided to play it there and then and released it that night. Much to the annoyance of the family, who wanted to play games and whatever else. Which I also did, but you know, I played a bit of this as well. So, this was Mini Gardens. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like. And if you want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.